The top achievers for the class of 2025 will be announced at a breakfast taking place at the MTN Innovation Centre in Johannesburg this morning. Now, education experts say that they believe that there is going to be an increase in the pass rate of the 2025 matric class as compared to the previous year. Now, the 2024 matric pass rate was a historic 87.3%, which is a significant increase from the 2023's 82.9% pass rate, marking the highest national pass rate ever recorded. Let's cross now to SABC News Reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa, who is at the MTN Innovation Centre. Mbalenhle, I see you've moved indoors now. So, of course, you spoke to us about what's to be expected. And from MTN as well as from the Department of Education side, who are we expecting to speak and also welcome the learners there this morning?
Well, certainly we are expecting the Department of Basic Education Minister to be here to accept and really just address the top achievers of this year. We're also expecting to see the Premier of Gauteng also addressing the delegates, rather the candidates here. And we're also expecting some executives from MTN that are going to also be addressing the candidates. And it's really important to speak to candidates, especially as they make very important decisions pertaining to their future. Many will be choosing career paths and will be choosing the institutions of higher learning that they would like to go to. And it really is important that the country does indeed create the kind of skills that is needed in order to grow the economy. Education is such a huge part of South Africa's economic growth, and also just having the right skill sets and ensuring that we're able to groom candidates and young people who are able to contribute meaningfully and become people who are able to get gainful employment and even create gainful employment and even go as far as creating or coming up with their own inventions one day in the future. I'm going to step out of the shot just to show you what you can expect over here. Everything is ready, and this is where everything will be taking place today. The candidates will be here as well as the dignitaries from both the private as well as the public sector. I am now joined by the communications person from the Department of Basic Education. Thank you so much, sir, for taking the time to speak to us. Now, we know that there has been that investigation. There's a further investigation that's taking place besides the one that has identified one leak, but it seems as though there's another leak or another person who might be implicated in the leak. Kindly tell us why you've chosen as a department to choose a private or an independent forensic investigator in order to investigate these allegations.
Thank you so much. Let me take the opportunity to greet you and to greet all of our viewers. What's important to note is that the investigation is one that is seeking to protect the integrity of the NSC. What's important is that an independent team is leading that up. And why we wanted that is because we wanted to get fresh and independent views and recommendations for the sector. I think what's important for us is to continuously review the sector and review the way in which we administer the National Senior Certificate examinations. And what's important is to also protect the integrity of all of the candidates that partake in that National Senior Certificate examinations as well.
There's always a challenge when it comes to the internal capacity to investigate these kind of allegations and the choice to then use an independent forensic investigator. And, you know, one day hearing that this was part of irregular and fruitless expenditure when there was internal capacity. Why not use the internal capacity and why use an independent forensic investigator? Do you not trust your internal forensic department?
No, we certainly do. I think what's important to note is that the initial breach was identified by our internal mechanisms. It was through investigative marking that this was identified. So I think that's important to bring to the fore and also to mention to all of the viewers as well. But what's important is the integrity, as mentioned, and that is also one of the reasons why we've gone for an independent team. It's important for us to also get independent views of the sector. We do obviously have our views, and we do have people that are part of that task team. But But what's important for us is to also get those independent views and really make sure that we can get independent observations. I think the task team itself is really consistent of very high-level individuals. Prof. Siole, who is a very, very well-versed individual in the education space, but also included in that is one of the former examinations heads as well in the Western Cape. And I think it's important for us to deal with it in a way that we have people that firstly understand the sector, that have previously been here, but also those that have an independent view of it, to be able to give us those observations and really allow us to really take an extrospective view and make sure that we as a sector can really improve and make sure that we protect the integrity not only of the NSC but of the department as well.
There you have it, someone from the Department of Basic Education speaking to us on the investigations that are going to be continuing in order to identify further individuals who may have been implicated in that breach or that leak that saw certain papers being leaked to candidates who were to sit for the National Senior Certificate ahead of the exams.